Hi,
Hi, how are you?
how are you? Can't hear or
Wonderful,
see you yet, but hopefully soon.
wonderful. Thank you.
There
Tell me
you
when we're
are.
on. Tell me
Beautiful.
when we're on.
Ready
Thank
for
you.
today?
Are we on yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Anything you want to say?
Get, because I should move so I look better in the background's better.
Cool.
So
Good move if you want. Actually, I like your table, but no problem.
one moment.
Take your
One
time.
moment.
Perfect.
So, one moment.
Okay. Good. Perfect.
Okay, wonderful,
Perfect.
wonderful.
Hold on
Thank you
one
so
sec.
much.
Thank you.
Tell me when we're going to start.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back to the show. Lisa Lucia Arden joining us here, our advocate, and she's here to help. Well, besides Make America Great Again, she's world renowned for her advocacy. She's an author. She's amazing. Let me have her introduce herself, and great seeing you as always.
Thank you so much for having me. I love those fingernails.
I
That's
got
one of
them
the analogies that all of us need to
done.
shine up our fingernails. I need to too. And the American people in the world, around the world, they're shining up their fingernails and putting their hands on the truth. The truth, even
Mhm.
though there's problems, there's truth here. And that's what's exciting about it. But I wanted to tell you that there's a special group that I'm working together. And if it's Elon Musk and Tony Robbins and the leaders too, it's called International Event of God's Light of Justice Arise. It's on Facebook. International Event of God's Light of Justice Arise. And I want to just get to the point here. Thank you so much. My name is Lisa Lucia Arden, and I'm here with you today as a lover of humanity. Even in my failures, we all have failures, correct? But
Yeah.
we get up again, and with wings on an eagle, we walk in the light of God, we walk in the light of truth. So I wanted to say that in Isaiah, it talks about that God is always with us, and he's our right arm of strength. And this is what we need to believe. And this is we always have God since the times of the Israelites with Moses, and he opened up the seas by the spirit of the love of truth and obedience, so the people Israelites could have freedom from injustices. So I wanted to say, I believe it is a world global elite powers that the starters of this war between the Hamas and the beautiful Israelites and the beautiful the Palestinians are my brothers and sisters too. But I'm shoulder to shoulder to Israelites because I'm a Christian.
Mhm.
But I also, the Palestinians are also the God of Abraham. But the thing is there's been a problem. Okay, now listen. I believe it is the world global elite powers that started this war. See, this is the seed of the evil of Cain, actually, brothers and sisters. It goes down from history, from Cain, that Cain killed his brother. Okay, and this is in the Hamas writings that they are, forgive me, they are violent, and I don't believe in that violence. And the Judaism is not violent. They are peace. Zionism is protection of their country. You have to protect, but this has to do with a religious fight between the people and a family fight between Cain and Abel. And Cain left, Abel died, and then this new seed of Seth. Do you understand? Then Hamas writings are violent, and they're worse than Cain. They should become domesticized. They should have been more beautiful than Cain, because they should have grown in the love of the God of Abraham. But they're worse. What they did today, what they did, more 2,200 people died totally. Mostly the Israelites of rape of women, hostages of women, of men, and children abuse, if it's true, decapitation of babies and savagery, just like the
Yeah.
president of Israel said. This is terrible. And this is reflective everywhere, brothers and sisters. I am an American, but I'm an international lover of humanity. But I've always been an international believer of humanity to protect, even the time when I've tried to get jobs all over when there's big things going around the world, but I wasn't accepted. So God had me study and understand and work in my own country. And the thing is now, how does this relate to everything? We need to bring, I saw the word they're using, solidarity. That's
Mhm.
beautiful. That means that we need to bring justice and freedom, but it has to be in peace. We
Yeah.
need to take care of everybody. So therefore, there has to be some mediation of whether it's land, to share of land, or but there has to be stop the war. But you have to realize this. You know that Iran, and I was shocked. Forgive me, because I love Iran. I love Iraq. I know friends, and you know that they are going to they're threatening to put missiles and war against USA if we protect Israel. Yeah. This is terrible. After all we've done for Saudi Arabia, many things we've done business-wise together, you know, and the Western civilization has given all their science to Iran and Saudi Arabia and all those sides. You know, Western civilization from Rome, the Judeo-Christian nation, has brought many things, even though they've been good in science and math. Mm-hmm. And they're the first one that made the coin. But they've monopolized like China on everything. And then China's secretly getting in. Yeah. So don't you understand? And they probably use these 85 billion. It's terrible, 85 billion monies of the tools from Afghanistan. Do you get it? This is a plan for world control. And I was shocked, but I did say that. I don't want to say I was right, but I was right. I said that Iran is trickery. That's in my book, first book, Arnie, to give to the world. You have to be careful. Iran is trickery because they work like ancient law. You know, they had to because they were on this desert land, you know, so they keep their old rules. And some of the rules are so beautiful. Forgive me, brothers, okay? Because you are my brother, even though I'm against what you do. You're using evil. This is a time where you need to bring your family up and your children. This is going to be in your history. Yeah. And then guess you know the Muslim, you know, there's the Muslim sides that are very beautiful and tender, but the Muslim sides that think they're going to take over the whole world, many land spaces. It's on my Facebook. It's part of their book. What is their book called? Their book, the Muslims' book. What is it called? Their religious book. They say that they're going to take over the world. Yeah. You know, and that's what they're fighting for. Don't you get it? That's what they said. Do you understand? This is a deeper meaning, that they're fighting for the world landmass, not because they're trying to protect their people. They're the one that started it. And guess what? They did it on the day of Simchat, the day of prayer of the 5 books of Moses, because I love Jewish culture. If I didn't love Jesus so much and I wasn't a born again Christian Catholic, I would have been just, you know, like pure Jew, even though I believe I'm part of the 12 tribes of Abraham. They came on October the 7th, the Hamas, and they bombed and killed in savagery the day of prayer. Don't you get it? This is all symbolism, brothers and sisters. Not only they want they have the backup of the elite communists of the world control, but it runs across all the world now that they want to do the Holocaust of the God of Abraham, the Christians, the Jews, and even the sweet, tender religions that want to seek goodness, you know, that are not elite communists. Yeah. So this is, don't you see? Do you see the problem? This is related to now this. And at the same day, are you listening? The same day they did savagery. Are you listening? Savagery, the Hamas, they found a business at Arizona for body parts they sell and body parts in Phoenix. And I told them there's 10 facilities, and I was shocked. And that's why I'm so excited because, and this is zeal, I'm not mad. I was shocked off my gluteus maximus, my ASF, my gluteus maximus, I better get up off the chair and go as fast as I can to speak. You know, there's 10 facilities in Arizona that are abusing people, but the same day, are you listening? That they came in approximately with the war, when they found the Arizona business of body parts. They sell body parts. Do you understand? This is reflective across the whole world. We are losing our Christian and Judeo-Christian ethics, Jewish and Christian ethics. Okay? We got to stop this. Plus, it's reflective of the Biden selling USA to communism, to China. It's also the massive abortions, number one. That's why it's so easy, the massive abortions. They would kill babies right there in Israel and children and show that they were going to kill them and lay them on flat on the back. A child, even let's say that was a fake. You know, sometimes news are up, but we know now that they did kill people, and part of them were children. All news are not always right. I realize, and please forgive me if sometimes I get news and it's not, I correct it right away. But I have the general facts of the truth. But I have to show facts. But I have the general, when I say something, I know it's true. Or I'm not going to say it because it comes from upstairs about certain things. And if I make a mistake, I say. But let's say that they're lying. No, it's proof now that they did go in and kill savagely. Do you understand? And it is now proof that Biden was used as the elite communists. Is proof, because I polled, if we didn't go by President Trump's ideas and President Trump's divine calling and messages to protect America, that this is what would happen to America. I wrote that.
Yeah.
And this is what Biden did. He's a communist. And there was a lady, I won't name her name, and you could see on LinkedIn the argument. She gets up there and says in the House and Congress that this has to be honest, Palestinians and the Jews. Of course, it's to be honest. She's not honest, protecting our borders and leaving them open. That is evil. That's the same thing as savagery of 100,000 or more of Fenelson killed. And also the massive abortions, that shows that they allow, that's the same thing. That's the killing the seed of life. They used to abuse it in the pagan days. They used to sacrifice their children. They allow that. We cannot have massive abortions. We need to give a platform to help the children and the women to keep their babies. Then the science, and I agree with the president of Hurricane that Russia is like Hamas. You know, I agree, and I love Russia. I love Russia. I studied about the people of Russia, and I know the oligarchy are very upset. And this is what's happened now. Did you see Analt? Now his billionaires, the second billionaire man in the world, is coming down, lost $6 billion because of all these problems. Can't you see? Each billionaire that is conservative and good is also going to lose. We need to work up very fast. Then I wanted to say, let's move over here and look to the side here on both sides, all sides, that we need to realize that the science, that the abortions of using babies for science is terrible. USA, Russia, China, and the CCP virus. These are things, the CCP virus, taking the vote away from Trump and from America, the CCP virus, the CCP vaccinations, the destroying of the foods by Gates and other food people, the health vaccines of Gates throughout the world. And I saw a YouTube about in Africa, something's wrong with the girls. They're crippled because they gave them vaccines. They're not sure what it is. And Fauci and Gates are all hooked up with that. And I heard that Fauci has adopted children. Then he does scientific reports on. Then China comes in and they work with the cartels. And Afghanistan, he let in that's Afghanistan was planned to use the tools to get our tools, plus to have power. Afghanistan works with Iran to get the military. They have military they use, and also tools, military men. and tools and controls. And they use the land for
Mhm.
switching, because Afghanistan's right by China, right by Europe. They use the land for a pathway too. You forget about that. You forget about how they use land for pathways to go from place to place. That's why I said, and this is very serious. In Maui, the biowarfare, that biowarfare is to take down the people. That wasn't
Yeah.
a natural disaster. That was a biowarfare to take, because the world elite communists wanted to take the land.
Wow.
Then there's lockdowns. The lockdowns, they did it purposely to destroy all economy, and all the monies is got back to, and I heard now they're saying that BlackRock is a criminal. That's what I heard from one people, that they're swiveling all the money back to BlackRock, not unless they're just using it as a tool to
Mhm.
swivel all the money, because this is a war that
Yeah.
they're purposely doing a war, and they're using Hurricane and Israel, and then Iran, bringing all the money used that our taxpayers use for our war, and the billionaires pay most of the tax. And that, come on, we need to work together, billionaire conservatives that want to keep America free. We need to vote Trump, vote freedom. And
Yeah.
God chose him to come in, but we need to vote high integrity people in all states and make new laws
Yeah.
and new addendums. And we need to realize that this is an economic holocaust. In the BRICS, it's Saudi Arabia, Russia, China. These are Brazil. In Brazil, do you know what? China came into Brazil area where Honduras is right below Mexico. I know I keep on saying that, but that's very serious, because they could get through the land to Mexico, and that's why they open the borders, because they put all the immigrants in. Okay, now we have to ask the immigrants. Okay, we have to do the subject before we talk about the economy. The BRICS, you know, the BRICS is also a control about this. All these countries, China, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, Iran, and Russia, these are people. In Egypt has money. They don't talk, you know. A lot of the wealthy there, I've been there before. You know, they because they have money from the oil. Do you know that they open the borders because they plan to put all the immigrants in for many reasons? We don't know all the details. Now they're trying to say the military wants to use all the immigrants for military men, for military to use for fights, or for and then there's also, they have them all booked together in Arizona and different states. But there's crimes, you know, there's secret criminal people, I believe, that are setting up computer systems and systems to bring us down, and also to try to control us. They also use child abuse. I told you all this. They use decapitation. They use body parts. They use human trafficking. They have pagan rituals. They have on and on. They use for human suffering, and also the work. They make them slave for work, the children and the people. But I wanted to tell you, this was planned. See, they brought a whole bunch of immigrants in right before the war. Are you listening? And then something told me, because I pray all the time and I'm independent, so I only have so much time to look at the news. Do you know, I was shocked. Why are they bringing them all to Chicago? Are you listening? They brought all the immigrants get to choose where they want to go.
Yeah.
And they said Chicago, Chicago, Chicago. You know why? Because they had a big march for the Palestinian support. They were paid off by Iran probably and Iraq and the communists to go there to have a big walk about the Palestinians, that we need to support the Palestinians. That's fine. We need to put solidarity of peace between the Palestinians and the Israelites. Just like the UK, the ambassador, the man James Cleverly from UK, he went to Israel today or yesterday and find out how we could bring peace, and that's what we need to do. But all these things are going on. This is all planned, brothers and sisters. This war was planned. Do you see this? And so they open the borders for many reasons. They can make a big war anytime between our country, or we could use immigrants for they want to use for military. But the thing is that I believe that we should assess every immigrant and then assess what we're going to do. But I believe that sanctions, they're going to put sanctions on Iran. That's what Yenin said, that the Washington DC, they're going to put sanctions on Iran because of what they're doing. That's what I heard. There could have been more sanctions on Iran. Now, America. But we should put sanctions, taxes, and also penalties on all the people that came in of the immigrants from their countries because they have money. It's the people, billionaires that send them over. And then we need to do that. Plus, we need to work on businesses together for them to work together to bring them back and work to business, or keep them here and work to business and legal. But I think we should bring all the people and back up and look and push back a little bit and look at everything and say, look at everything around. We should take the criminals, because we can identify a lot of the criminals, and bring them back to their country. This is very serious. This is a plan for world control, and it shows on every side. It's in our country. It's a war within our country. Okay. And I said that every office in 2019 has to be protected and checked, because there is treason against our country. And that's what Biden said. Biden did treason, and many people did treason in our country. And I believe that, but this is very serious. We need to realize this is more. And look all over, look from the left, look from the right, every way we need to see what we need to do to protect America. And how are we going to do that? First, we have to pray. As a Judeo-Christian nation, we first pray and put God in our life first, and he redeems us. That's what he did to Moses. That's what he did to all the prophets. And that's what he does for us when we seek justice. Just like the people said, if we keep our dollar strong and do the right thing, because we own a lot of stock internationally, that it will keep our dollar stronger, even though they're printing a lot. But this is they're trying to say that in 3 years that our dollar will be down, because they use our dollar for gold to exchange for gold and all commodities. And so the higher our dollar gets, the lower gold is in their commodity and their currency. Do you understand, brothers and sisters? But we need to realize this all has something to do with this. Like, you can't just go in one area. That's why I'm a geopolitical specialist. I'm a political analyst. I'm a science of philosopher. I'm here, and I'm a chain supply economist. I look at all things. That's what we all need to do. All of us. We can't stay in our compartments of, I'm going to just get up and do my work. No, we need to vote freedom. We need to vote Trump. We need to vote freedom and conservative values. And we need to make transgender illegal. See, they brought this to bring us down. Don't you see, brothers and sisters? They're using humans as a scientific experiment, like they did for the babies. They used the babies. Did you hear this? For the vaccines. They got caught. High-level people in Pfizer, and Pfizer needs to pay back. By, I believe, when Trump gets in, they should be penalized and bring money back to the people. They got $100 billion, and they're part of all this. And Europe, but Pfizer, they found these. They use them at high offices. They said high offices did this. I told you that they were using this already before. Remember, they're using the children for abuse. We need to realize now that if we need to keep America strong. Otherwise, if we don't, injustice, we'll have global financial system problems. This is what all these BRICS are trying to take away our money to make the dollar. They also want to make our economy. They just don't want to try to take our identity away. That's what they're trying to do, is take our identity away too. That's what Hamas was trying to do when the Israelites were reading the word of God, the Torah. They were trying to, that's a reflection of taking the identity of the child of God away. That's what they tried to do in America when China came in and invested in Chinese culture and universities. This is very, very serious. We need to realize that this is reflective to everything. And so China, Brazil, Saudi Arabia is going to come in January 2024, and UAE is supposed to come in Egypt. And Iran and Ethiopia and Argentina are supposed to come in January 2024 in this BRICS that they only exchange, please understand, with their money, brothers and sisters. So what could affect us is global financial system, the banking and finances, energy and commodity markets. And how do you solve that? Just like President Trump said, we have our own oil, we have our own commodities, we have so many commodities in our country. They haven't been found. I know this, and they found some in the ocean that they're using for the microchips. Okay, they found these gravel gravel in the ocean that they filter out and bring up, and they use this for the microchip company. Then international trade and investment, and that will be okay because we are going to have tariffs, capital markets, consumer goods and retail's coming back. We're going to be fine. Then consumer goods and retail, we need to make our things here in America, and we need to have better products, and we need to open every manufacturing small business in America, which President Trump was doing. And the people are trying now. There's many retail people are trying to come back, and they were trying to make a microchip company. We also need to realize that the productions and consumption, we have to have a better production of our manufacturing, our imports, our exports, and a better consumption in relationship. I believe that word, to disperse the monies that are made among the people. That's why I believe that BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street need to come and give some of what they have and disperse it to the people, be taxed. But they could choose not the government as long as putting the people first. And we need to help the homeless first and the mental health first in our country, and take all those people that are drug addicts off. I don't know what they did in San Francisco, and put them in beautiful homes and nurture them in beauty. And don't use CEOs that don't have experience. Use smaller groups like World Vision and other mental health problems that see that they have good success, and you have smaller groups that you work with people and have a beautiful paradigm. Okay. Because when you use a good paradigm, it works by facts. And don't stick all the damn people in these apartments. There's so many houses. You build small cities, and places are right there in Arizona. The homeless are all over. There's buildings, so many buildings to put them in. They spend so much time on whether they're going to be politically correct or get into politics. Why don't we spend time instead of putting our rocket ships up to do horizontally and take care of our people horizontally? Is what I told the people. And that, because I was married to a man older than me, almost 25 years old. So, what's his name? Warren Buffett. I could sit right shoulder to shoulder to him and speak up, because that's what I did for my husband. I was shoulder to shoulder with these people, the Jorgensen Steel Company, and I even counseled some of the people in my own living room. They know. And you know what? He needs to put his money back into America now. If he believes in so much damn education, what the hell? He's sitting in and just holding it in gold. He needs to walk down and see, oh gosh, look how beautiful my country is. Look at the child is dancing. The men are happy and content and look beautiful and shiny, and their hair is so perfect, or their bald head is shiny. And the women are so satisfied. Their smile is so elegant, and they have a clean, fresh clothes and food in the house. We need to realize this. We need to realize the technology and the fine tech. We have to be careful. There's problems with that, with corporate control, with elite communists they're hooked up with these bricks. Then government policy and travel and tourism. Those are the things that we could have problems with if they try to take over. And $400 billion of treasuries was sold recently, but we'll still be okay. Our dollar is still higher than all the currencies. So I wanted to say that we need to vote in freedom. We need to vote in America first. We need to put children first. We need to put the borders right now. I believe that we need to build the walls right now. And Biden says he's going to build the wall. No, that's a bunch of bull. He just put some technology. He's just trying to get votes. Do you know that they'll deceive you, brothers and sisters? Satan heals, steals, and destroys, and he's the greatest deceiver. And if you don't want to use Satan, injustice, there's different injustice. Some people, they try to do justice, but they have so much injustice around them, so they can't push through. That's what happens, I believe, to a lot of the people in the House and Congress. They believe this, and they believe that. The beautiful man in Chicago, he came in, he says, what have you done? What have you done? Let my people go. I saw, because my family's from Chicago. I told you my grandfather was he's the head of the union. You need to get going on this. And we need to realize that this is a war upon the people of humanity, the people of humanity. We need to realize that what is the answers? What is the answer? Like a beautiful man, he happened to be a Muslim, I think, Lincoln, he says, what are the answers? That's because I used the word fool when I was practicing my speech. and please forgive if I did, but I'm a speaker and I know, and I'm a thinker for many years. Do you know what the answer is? Is we need to bring peace. And how do we bring that? We need first to be just and righteousness in our own self, like the
Yeah.
Judaism is Israel wants to be. But then we need to share. We need to have peace and share land and also mediation.
Wow.
And we can't just start. There was peace right there. There was some peace right there, but all of a sudden, on October the 7th, the Hamas started to kill them without any. Those were all war crimes. Those are war crimes. So we need to bring peace through mediation and treaty. We need
Beautiful.
to protect our country, and we need to stop all controls of word control, all the people.
Thank you. Remind us how we can reach you again, Lucia.
Yes, Lisa, LuciaArden.com and arisetogodstruth.com. And I'm having a special luxury love gifts. And the reason why I call it luxury, because I wanted to try to enhance the people that have the monies to help the people, that they could help us and see really the truth is God in them that's going to save our country.
Good.
Nebuchadnezzar, Cyrus, he protected his country in a triple. And that's what the leaders need to be. They need to give their heart to God first and to justice. And if they don't believe in God, to justice.
Perfect.
Because God could strike any time, but God loves us. We have the right arm of God's strength, right arm of God's strength. We need to come together and love. And I'm having a special luxury love gifts for Christmas cards and art and many gifts, but also I'm an individual relationship coach for CEOs and also for communities and nations. I'm a consultant.
Perfect.
So please, God bless you. Give me an email or call.
Perfect.
It's on my website. You could call me. Thank you so much. God bless you. And I feel that I just want to go on and on and keep on speaking like I missed something, but I didn't miss anything. You know what I feel? I feel I want to keep on going. I'm not going to give up. We're not going to give up. We're going to keep on going. That's why I want to keep on talking.
I know.
So,
sorry, we gotta go.
Action.
Goodbye.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
God bless you.
Bye.
Thank you. God bless. God bless America. God bless America.
Broadcasting from the business capital of